Paint the picture for me about at what stage of business should you be considering having somebody involved in your business at a fractional CFO level? And maybe what's the upper end? At what end is it like, okay, I'm now ready to have a full-time financial person at the upper helm of our finances in our business?
Yeah, so I'm going to speak in numbers because that's the easiest way. I'm going to speak in revenue numbers, even though I prefer to talk to people about their profit. Revenue is what I know every business owner knows. You're going to know your sales. And I'm going to tell you that it's never too early to have somebody in your business financially. From the moment you start, your hour is worth more billable or spent in your business than what you're going to spend on a bookkeeper. Every business needs a bookkeeper. Start with one, get it off on the right foot. You don't want to go down the hole of figuring out trust accounting and how to do all that the right way or putting anything in jeopardy. When you start hitting, I'm going to say six figures, when you start hitting about 100,000 and you're looking to grow and scale a business. And I'm going to be very clear there because there's definitely the lifestyle business out there. You want to have time, you want to have freedom, and you're not necessarily looking to grow and scale. If you're not looking to grow and scale, I honestly would not recommend investing in an expensive fractional CFO. We are not cheap. You can find a bookkeeper that can do a lot of things for you as well and can start dabbling in some budgets and things like that. But if you're looking to grow and scale and you know you're going to want to bring on people and you want to build a team and you want to be able to step back from the business one day, then in that six-figure range, that's the perfect time to start building out a budget and understanding cash flow. It doesn't necessarily mean you need to meet with a CFO every month, but you want to at least start meeting with one once a year. Think of it like your tax CPA or your tax preparer, where you're looking at those numbers at least once a year, but you're not looking backwards like the CPA and the bookkeeper do. You're looking forwards into the future of your business and setting a plan. When you start hitting, I'm going to say 250 to 300, depending on the firm you're running, that's when you've got some paralegals on staff. You might be looking at hiring your first associate or attorney, whichever phrase you want to use. That's where I start seeing clients come to me for the monthly services. That's where we want to dig into not just what does an overall budget look like that you can maintain, but I don't have time to touch this. I need somebody else to look at the budget and maintain it. And I need to know what the results are and stay on top of it every month. So that's the perfect time to look into a fractional CFO that can meet with you on a once a month basis. And then I will say I have clients that get upwards into the multi-millions. When you start closing in on like the 8s and 10s, we're looking at more like a weekly meeting. We want to make sure cash flow is going where it needs to go every week. You've probably got a team in place financially at that point. You may not be using a bookkeeper. You may actually have an accountant that is on staff for you. And then as you start growing out of the 10s into the teens and upwards of that, I'm going to be honest, you may be looking at a more full-time CFO as you start growing to those levels. But a fractional CFO can do an awful lot without having to be full-time. When it comes to forecasting budget and cash flow and being available for those questions, I have clients that are $25 million and we're still working on a fractional basis. It just depends on what fits your goals for your business and where your growth is.